Troll charm.
Lovely.
Thistle for hold. Well, this is thistle for village. This shaman's annoying. I hate it when they heal. And he's gonna heal. Fuck. Nah.
Lovely.
All right. I keep thinking I'm gonna have to get used to the fact that smite is no longer in the same keybind, because I meant to use smite there, but maybe we'll just start doing start opening up with holy fire. And he walked just out of range, that bastard. I need some more buff food. I need to level my cooking. I need to level my cooking. I need to level my first aid. I need to level my engineering. Man, there's so much stuff I gotta do. I'm not big enough of a streamer where people just like come up to me and give me stuff. You know, like Cargos just says, "Oh yeah, I need iron ore and stuff to level." You know what I mean? Next thing you know, he goes to his mailbox and there's tons of iron ore. You know what I mean? Streamer privilege, right?
Lovely. Lovely.
There's a bug crawling across my wall. Oh, of course, and then right when I get attacked. I think it's some sort of beetle. Hold on a second. Not sure what it was. It's like a beetle or like a little wasp, maybe? Probably came in through the door when I walked the dog. I hate that though. Whenever I walk the dog and I come back in, these mosquitoes always tend to either hitch a ride on my dog or they just slip in through the door when I open it. Nothing infuriates me more than when I'm like playing WoW and there's a mosquito flying around around the room. One time I had a mosquito. It was the nighttime and it was really dark, and I was playing WoW for like 3 or 4 or 5 hours. I went to bed. Next morning I woke up and I had like 3 mosquito bites on my leg because the mosquito was going down under my desk, like biting me while I was gaming. I'm just like, come on. I hate mosquitoes, man. The only good mosquito is a dead mosquito. And in Florida, like there's so many mosquitoes in Florida, especially when it rains a lot. And it has rained a ton the last week. All right, we need more chests. I thought I was off tomorrow. I'm so bummed because I thought I didn't work tomorrow because I'd gone to my company's web portal and I looked up our holiday calendar and I pulled up the holiday calendar and it said holiday today and tomorrow. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. We don't normally get the day after 4th of July. And then I talked to my boss just a minute ago and I said, I wanted to double check. I go, do we work tomorrow? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, man. He's like, did you pull up the holiday? I said, yeah. And he goes, oh, did you look at the address? And I said, no. And he goes, it said 16th Street building. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. They have different holidays for different buildings at our complex. He's like, no. He's like, they just had on that holiday calendar, it was just marked wrong. He's like, it was just incorrect. I'm like, great. And I happened to pull up the one calendar that was incorrect out of all the calendars I got it pulled up. So gave me the false hope that I had 4 days off in a row, but I don't. So that was kind of a bummer. And this guy's kind of being a pain in the butt. I let him live a little bit longer so that my devouring plague would actually heal me a little bit. Because every time it ticks, it heals me as well.
Lovely. Lovely.
So these shoulders I'm wearing are like some of the coolest shoulders I've ever seen. I've never seen the skin for these shoulders before. Check these out. Like, they're actually called Ghostly Mantle. I don't know if it was a quest, but they're kind of cool looking. I mean, they're kind of cool. Not amazing or anything, but just interesting that I'd never seen the skin before. Maybe because I never don't play Horde that much. That's probably why. It's probably like a Horde reward only. Where is this guy? It seems like he would be here, but he's not here. Like this escort quest, I think. Yeah, this seems like this is it. But he's just not here. There's nothing here. I guess he won't be doing the escort. So available now is Shadow Word Pain, which kind of would be nice to have, but I'm not going to run back for it right now. At level 28, we do get Devouring Plague rank 2. But it's a 3-minute. I mean, Devouring Plague would be such a cool spell if it was like a 2-minute cooldown. 3-minute cooldown is definitely too long. It's like it's too long. Like it's useful like once every 3 pulls, maybe 4 pulls. Yeah, that's just entirely too long. Blizzard, what are you thinking, man? One thing about vanilla. Hey, what's up, Jonda? The king of alts. Yeah, I do a lot of alts. But I talked about that yesterday. How like I was playing the Alliance Hunter and the Melee Hunter, and on the Melee Hunter, I just had the biggest thing with on the Alliance side I was having a hard time getting groups, and then the community, the Classic WoW community's gone. I've been playing in the Classic WoW community ever since Classic came out, since 2019. I've been a part of the hardcore community ever since it came out. I've done tons of hardcore. I leveled multiple characters to 60 in vanilla. I was part of the Road to Ragnaros. I was part of the All Stars. I was part of the Christmas Fresh. Then I played on Skull Rock hardcore, leveled 2 characters to 60. I think almost 3 characters to 60 there. And so I'm all over. I've played lots of different characters on different events. And the thing is, like, this is a fresh server that was put together, orchestrated by a bunch of classic Andes, so to speak. But one of the guys that I watch, that it's been a part of the community for a long time is Cargos. Cargos has been part of the classic hardcore community and the classic community for a long time. And he's always put on the Horde. In fact, a lot of the streamers, a lot of the people that are really into classic, vanilla fresh, all those different things I just talked about previously, a lot of those players play Horde, and I almost always play Alliance. And so after playing the Hunter, I just, John Dow was just like, you know what? I was like, I just want to play Horde for once, I hardly ever play Horde. The only problem was I leveled my Hunter to 44, then I'd leveled a Priest to 21, so all that time wasted. Plus I started this whole server 2 weeks after everybody else did, so I was already behind the 8 ball. So then So I decided, I want to play Horde. One, I'm having a hard time getting groups, which it's been a lot better on the Horde side. There's more Horde players. The auction house is better, although the prices on the auction house are insanely expensive, which makes me think that Horde players buy gold a lot more than Alliance players buy gold, because just looking at the prices, they're insane. And if people are buying stuff for those prices, they didn't get that gold by just playing their characters, because the server didn't allow transfers in, doesn't allow transfers off. So you basically had to come to this server level 1 and level up, unless you just happen to be an original player of this realm, right? So for people to be going out and buying like Skullflame Shield for 500-600 gold, there's just no way. I mean, you don't come onto this server and level a character up to 60 and 500 gold. It's just it's not possible, really, unless you're really some ridiculous person with the auction house. I don't know. So yeah, the gold on the Horde side the prices are way more ludicrous than what you see on the Alliance side. But anyway, so I got here and I said, I'm just gonna play Shaman. Shaman's the class I played the least. I said I'm playing Horde, which I hardly ever play. I said let's just go all in. Let's do something I never do, which is Horde Shaman. And I have played Horde Shaman before, but I've never been able to really get into it. So I played the Horde Shaman to 22, but before I actually played the Horde Shaman, I played an Orc Warrior, which I love warriors. I'm a big fan of warriors. But I played the Orc Warrior to 10, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to play the warrior. You know why? Because I've done it so many times. I want to do something different. So then I did the Shaman. I got the Shaman level 22, and I ran to the same wall I always run into. And it's just like, well, it just feels like the Druid. It's like it's good at a lot of stuff, but it's not really great at anything. It's not like great at melee DPS. It's not great as a healer. It's not great as a caster. I mean, although I would maybe argue that as a caster, it actually is pretty good. So then after all of that, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to play a priest because I love priests, and because priests can heal, priests can DPS, although DPSing for a priest in raids is not exactly that sought after. What is this quest? Not that sought after. I don't know the Horde quest, so I have no idea what this... I don't know how to get this quest. I know there's a rare bear out here, or a named bear out here, but I have no idea, like, do I kill him and that gives me a quest? I'm going to guess that's what happens. I'm also going to guess that's what this shaman's looking for. So I played Priest, and just because I'm a huge fan of Priest. Priest was my OG. It's the first class I ever really spent a lot of time in World of Warcraft was Priest. So I said, you know what, I'll just play Priest. I love Priest. Shadow Priest is great for PvP. I love healing on Priest. Holy Priest is fantastic. It's probably the best healer in vanilla. So here I am playing the Priest, and we've already surpassed the Shaman. The Shaman was 22. This character's 26. But after all those shenanigans, man, I just feel like I spun my wheels for so long. And after all of that, Jonda, I was watching a video of my hardcore. character on Skullrock, my melee hunter, and man, I can't believe you after watching that melee hunter on Skullrock, like a video clip of my character, how badly I wanted to go play my melee hunter again. So yes, I do have altitis. There's no doubt about it. There's just certain classes I really enjoy, and hunter is definitely one of them. I really enjoy the pets. I enjoy trying out different pets. I enjoy the visuals of having different pets. I enjoy the melee hunter a lot. I enjoy the hybrid melee hunter. You know, there's a lot of stuff about it I like. But we're gonna try the Shadow Priest and see until I just get sick of it, which hopefully I won't. You know what I mean? Who knows? Maybe I'll get this character to 45 and then I'll be like, okay, time to take a break and level the hunter. You know what I mean? There have been bots running around for some time. What does a bot even look like? Like, what do the bots do? Like, how do the bots make money? Like, do they just kill the same mobs that drop certain types of loot that's good to sell? You know what I mean? But yeah, when you look at the auction house prices on the Horde side, I mean, for example, check this out. Because I've got an Alliance character, right? I mean, I've got an Alliance account, so you can see here. I don't know if this is the right account. We'll find out. Let me show you really quick. So if I go here, this is the same server. This is my other WoW account, and I've got a 44 hunter, a 21 priest. So like I said, started off in Deviate Delight, and what I do is I keep this account running. The reason I keep this account running is I use the auction house on the Alliance side a lot of times to find things that I can get way cheaper than I can on the Horde side. For example, I got today for 10 gold, I got the recipe of like spell, engineering recipe for like spell goggles extreme, which is like requires I think 200 or 240 engineering, and it's like a blue headpiece that gives you like 20, plus 22 spell power basically. I found it on the auction house on the Alliance side for 10 gold. Just yesterday, a guy in my guild said, does anybody want this recipe? And I said, sure, I'll take it. How much do you want? Guess what he wanted for the same recipe? Spell Goggles Extreme or whatever. He wanted he messaged me 120 gold. I'm like, are you out of your flippin' mind? I'm like, 120 gold. At that time I was like a level 24 character. You think I'm running around with 120 gold? I mean, I don't even have a mount yet. So there's no way someone's going to come onto this server, create a character, and level to like 26 and have 120 gold. At least not if they're actually spending time leveling, right? I don't know, it's just insane. So people are buying lots of gold. There's really no other way to get around that, Like, I see Cargos has got two characters. He has a character that's like max enchanting, has like most of the enchanting recipes, and he started leveling enchanting like 4 days ago. And I'm like, there's no way that you level enchanting 4 days ago, get max, get like freaking Crusader, get all these recipes. And of course, I know that he gets streamer privilege. I'm not saying that Cargos is buying gold. What I'm saying is he gets the streamer privilege. People, and he even said on stream that people like mail him recipes. Or he'll say like, oh, I really want Crusader recipe. And next thing you know, goes to his mailbox and lo and behold, Crusader recipe's in his mailbox. That's because he has enough people that watch him stream that are willing to help him out, which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's just I'm a little jealous. I wish I, what I mean? It'd be nice to be like, hey, yeah, I sure could use a Crusader enchant and go to my mailbox and lo and behold, there it is. Wouldn't that be nice? I sure could use a couple hundred gold so I could level my engineering, go to the mailbox, hey, a couple hundred gold. All right, so there's also the Befoul. So there's other name mob here. So it's interesting. The Horde have it appears the Horde have quite a few more named mob quests than the Alliance. At least so far I've seen that. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just talking on my ass. Yeah, but what do the bots do, John? Like, what are they killing? How are they making money? Maybe I should be doing what the bots are doing. Oh man. I know there were some bots that we saw, I think it was Season Discovery, where they were running into not Shadow Faking, they were running into Storm and Stockades. Like going into Storm and Stockades, and I guess they were killing certain mobs and looting chests. They were rogues. So they were going in and they were stealthing and grabbing chests, then resetting, and just like looting chests over and over again, hoping to get like maybe blue items, I don't know. And that was one of their money-making schemes. Alright, we got a Shadow Fang Keep. The only reason I want to go to Shadow Fang Keep is there's a couple blue items, that, especially the chest. The chest piece will be an upgrade for me. And it looks like the healer is probably a paladin, so that's good. That way I'm not fighting for another healer that might be like, hey, I want this. Well, this is going to suck, because I'm going to go there and then I have to come all the way back. It's such a pain to get back to this continent from where I am currently. And then, so one dude ran into a bot, started killing, and then a viewer. So he was streaming. So the guy was streaming, and then somebody started chatting with him on the stream. And said he's got many bots. Okay. Or you just started whispering him? I don't know. Well, the problem is, Jeffrey, is he that OG Jeffrey? I don't know who that is. I think I've seen the name. You know, I think I've seen him. Is that the guy that sits on top of the mailbox? Yeah, OG Jeffrey. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Like, I've seen the name, but I don't know. Before I played on this server, I would not know who that is. Like, is he a streamer or something? How many more of these do I need? Okay, well actually we're done with those. We just need to see if we can kill the rare guy. But I haven't seen him. Not the rare, he's really just a named mob. He's not really a rare mob. He's usually around the island.
Thank you.
Alright, well, I'm in a group. Wait a minute. Okay, so I'm confused. You're saying that Jeffrey was wanting a bot? I'm confused. Okay, so I'm confused. It was Jeffrey that was killing the bot, or Jeffrey has a bot? Because if there's players on here running their own bots, I wouldn't really be too happy about that. You know, having gold farmers run bots is one thing, but having actual players run bots? Did I get him? I think I did. Oh, okay. I was gonna say it'd be kind of annoying me if it was like, you know, if it was like, okay, so I got that right. So what does that quest? Okay.
Lovely.
I got a buff. Frost damage taken is increased. Oh, I take more damage because I killed that guy. Nice. Yeah, so the thing is, what really started the conversation was when you look at the Horde auction house. I mean, it's just unbelievable the prices. You know, like the first couple of weeks, I took advantage of the auction house and I bought a couple items because I was able to take. What I did was I took my Alliance Hunter and put him in. And my Alliance Hunter is currently in Teneris, right? So you can see I'm in Teneris. I took my Alliance Hunter to Teneris and I took my Orc on this account to Teneris, which was a bitch to get him to Teneris because he's only level 10. He died like 4 times getting there. Get him to, and then I put up an auction up with him for like 100 gold, and then I had my Alliance character who actually had 100 gold because this character hadn't bought him out yet. This character bought the Orcs auction for 100 gold. And and that's how I got gold on this character, was I basically, all the gold I had made while leveling up my Hunter and my level 21 Priest on the Alliance side, I transferred to my Horde account via the neutral auction house. Now I did lose 15% because you lose 15% on gold sales on the neutral auction house, which sucks. But the other thing I've done is I've transferred, you know, items. Like you can see like these potions, like Elixir Defense, this Strong Troll's Blood, you know, Wisdom, all this stuff was, and this Minor Wizard Oil. The Minor Wizard Oil was crafted by my priest, who's an enchanter. The Elixir of Defense, the Elixir of Troll's Blood, the Elixir Wisdom was all crafted by my Hunter, who's actually a high-level alchemist. And then I just basically go to, you know, I basically just put those up for really cheap on the auction house at Teneris, and then my level 10 Orc purchases all those items. So transferring items is really easy and doesn't really cost you that much, but transferring gold from that account to this one was actually quite expensive. Yeah, so my character right now has 104 gold. I also, what I did was I took, because my Hunter and my Priest had been stocking lots of like high-level greens and stuff, and that, you know, just the stuff that my Hunter had got while leveling, and was going to disenchant them because she's actually an enchanter. But I decided, instead of disenchanting all those items, I actually transferred them over to my Orc, who then transferred them to my Shaman on this account, and then my Shaman listed them all up in the auction house because stuff on the Horde side sells for more money than it does on the Alliance side. So I've made probably about 30 gold just selling greens and selling potions on the auction house. So I'm at 104 gold now, but I've, you know, all of that gold's come from basically the ability to, you know, utilize both of my accounts, my Alliance and my Horde. So I've been trying to be as enterprising as I can be, I guess, for lack of a better word, I guess. But let's see if we can kill this bear. They still haven't got a tank, so I'm glad that is it this guy? Yeah, this guy, I think. You're gonna die, bear. But yeah, even with all that shenanigans I had to do to get money to this character, you know, I can't afford to buy. I mean, like, for example, clam meat, as an example. A stack of 10 clam meat right? On the Horde side. A stack of 10 clam meat, which clam meat is very easy to get, right? A stack of 10 clam meat cost, I think it was costing around like 50 or 60 silver on the Horde side. A stack of 10 clam meat. I went to the Alliance, right? And went to my banker on the Alliance side. I went to the clam meat, and a stack of 10 clam meat was going for like 10 silver. So 10 silver versus 50 or 60. It was going for like 1 silver per clam meat. So I wanted to level my cooking on this character here. So I bought a bunch of clam meat on my Alliance character, sent it to my hunter. Then my hunter listed as an auction in Tenaris, and then my my troll, level 10 troll, bought it all up, and it's probably in the mail right now because I mailed it all over here. I'm going the wrong way. I'm kind of. Let's go. We have quests to turn in here. Let's go here, turn these in. And let's see if we can do some Satcher horns. I guess we're on there. We're starting to get kind of cluster effed on the inventory too. So let's go to Splendor Tree Post and clear out my inventory. But yeah, I mean, there was stuff like I've seen items in the Horde auction house for 1,000 gold. I'm like, there's no way. I mean, how do you have 1,000 gold? If you leveled to 60 as fast as you possibly could, and we're doing like DM tribute runs. Even then, you'd be hard-pressed to have 1,000 gold already on this server, So people are already buying tons and tons of gold. That's the one thing I wish, I desperately wish that was not a thing. I wish you couldn't buy gold. I wish there was never any bots. Because it doesn't put paper up, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't put people in the same, my brain's not working. This is what happens when you get old, guys. But it doesn't put people in the same advantage. Like not some people have advantages over their players because they can afford to swipe the credit card and buy gold. Whereas there's some people that are poor, don't have a lot of money. Maybe paying the $15 a month for their WoW subscription is even that puts them under a financial bind, right? So it's not really fair. That's the word I was looking for. It's really unfair. It's an unfair advantage for people to be able to buy gold. And Blizzard doesn't want to do it. Blizzard doesn't want to do it. Yeah, they do it way better on private servers. It's funny. Blizzard doesn't want to deal with bots because bots make them money, right? Think about it. Bots make them money in two ways, right? One way, the bots have to have an account, so they're paying for a subscription. The other thing that I love is when people tell Blizzard, "Oh, you need to ban bots. You need to ban bots." I'm like, sure, they'll ban bots. You know what? Because when they ban the bots, they ban that account. Guess what? Those botters just start up another account. And if it was like, for example, classic Burning Crusade, which had the Dark Portal Pass, it's quite possible that if they banned like 1,000 accounts, that out of those 1,000 accounts, they might all purchase the Dark Portal Pass, which how much was that? Like $40, right? So what's that? Like $40,000 or something? What's $40 times 1,000? It's $40,000. So, bots make Blizzard buku money. So, and when Blizzard bans stuff, it's only just to try to make it look like they're trying to do something because they're really not, right? They don't want to ban bots because it makes them money. The other way it makes them money, so actually there was 3 ways. One way is if the botters are buying some sort of a Dark Portal Pass or something like that. That's one way they make money. The other way they make money is off the account itself, the subscription. The third way it makes them money is people that can't normally get gear because they're not very good at World of Warcraft. They're not very good at leveling. They're not very good at making money because they just don't know how, or they're lazy. But they're rich. They're just straight up rich and have tons of money. Those people are more likely to play WoW if they can just swipe their credit card, buy 10,000 gold, and then all of a sudden have super geared characters when they wouldn't have normally had super geared characters. So it makes them stay in the game longer, which once again makes Blizzard money. Okay, so there's 3 different ways that bots are basically making Blizzard extra money. I actually have a quest here to get some sort of totem, but I'm not going to do it just yet because I want to empty my inventory, because if this group fills up with a tank, then I'm kind of screwed. So it's really unfortunate that you're always competing. Like, for example, I always feel like when I play on these types of events, like this they called this the refresh event. I always feel like I'm always behind the 8 ball. Like I'm always struggling to keep up with the pack, with the pack of people that are at the head of the leveling. They're like at 60, and I'm still at like 30 or something. And a lot of that's because I swear these people, a lot of them are buying gold, so their characters are a lot more powerful. It's easier for them to take mobs down quicker. Plus, they a lot of these people, they have friends, so they do a lot of stuff together. It's a lot easier to level together when you have instant groups. You know what I mean? Like Cargos basically just I mean, you just think of your Cargos and you log in and you say, hey, I want to run, BRD. You just post it in guild chat. He's going to have instant. Too many people are going to whisper him saying, I want to go. He'll have so many people whispering him. So he's got instant groups instantly all the time. That's going to super help. Like if I could do that, right? Like, look, I'm just trying to get in this SFK group for the past 20 minutes. We've been trying to get a tank for this group, right? But if I was Cargos, that wouldn't be the case. I just would have posted in guild chat, and 2 seconds later, I got a full group. So that kind of sucks. Oh, we got like let's take this poor mage out. I don't think I'm going to get him with that. Nah. Oh, he's going to sheet me. I don't know. My dots may get. I think my dots are going to get him. Yeah, my dots got him. Anyways. That serves him right for messing around with a hoarding. Isn't this a horde encampment? I screwed up. I should have Mind Blast him off the first sphere. I should have instantly went for the Mind Blast because it does a lot more damage. Mind Flay was kind of a waste. Mind Flay at this level just doesn't really do much damage. Not until I get Shadow form. Hey, Baki, what's up? How's it going? Let's put our music back on. So it's frustrating. It's frustrating for me, and I don't think that. I wonder if the streamers who have a lot of friends and have a lot of people that watch their streams, understand how frustrating it can be for other players to try to really keep up. If you're trying to participate in an event and you want to get into rating and you want to get to 60, I wonder if they understand. It can be very frustrating because of the aforementioned difficulty that you can have of trying to get groups, trying to get money without like swiping your credit card and that kind of stuff. So, and then of course me having the serious case of alditis and not knowing what class I wanted to play really kind of fucked myself on that one. I mean, so since I started playing on Deviate Delight, I have a 44 hunter, a 21 priest, a 10 orc, a 22 shaman, now a 26 priest. so I kind of screwed myself over on that one. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to play. But the event had already started 2 weeks before I even knew about it, so I didn't even have a chance to really think about what I wanted to play. I was like, I just kind of like I'll just play, Lion Hunter. And pretty soon I realized that wasn't what I wanted to play. Oh shit,
Greetings.
We need to sell some stuff. What is this? Logging rope. We need that, don't we? Got all these damn pages.
Goodbye.
Is there a mailbox around here? Yes. Okay. Yeah, see, so here's the stuff that I brought over from my other account. All this clam meat. You can see clam meat, clam meat, clam meat. All right, let's get rid of all these operating pages. Is there anything else we can get rid of? What is this? Big bear meat we don't need. What is this? Quest item. We need all that. What is this? Garbage. I don't know why this doesn't automatically get sold when I sell stuff. It's kind of annoying, actually.
Looking for something special? Be careful.
you wish to speak, walk with the Earth Mother.
Yeah, I don't have silence yet. When do I get silence? It's all the way down here. Requires 20 points in Shadow Talents. I've got 12, so it's a while before we get silence. I could have silenced the mage on the sheep. Yeah, the only thing I really screwed up on that mage is I should have went to Mind Blast after that fear instead of Mind Flay. That was a waste. Okay, Sharp Talon's Claw. Okay, we've kind of emptied our inventory out. We turned our quest in. Let's go ahead. Why don't we let's just fly to our other location so we can turn in our other quests. And I can't believe we can't find a tank. This is like insane. Oh, did he broke the group up? I didn't even see that. He disbanded the group. Why? And he didn't even say anything. Did you boot me? From group or disband group? I think he just gave up. He couldn't get a tank, man. Yeah. I think he just disbanded. He was posting forever, like 20 minutes, 25 minutes trying to get a tank. Whatever. Yeah, well, way to let people know. I love it, the guy's putting a group together and he finds another group, so he just leaves. I mean, he doesn't even say, "Hey, I found another group. I'm gonna go do this other group." Just out of courtesy, it would have been nice to say, "Hey, I found another group. I'm gonna go play a server group." I was like, "Ah, cool, no worries." Oh, for dungeons? Yeah, I mean, I try to do quests, and if I I try to get a dungeon if I try to get into a dungeon if I see a slot available and they're looking for a group. Like someone said, "Hey, we need a DPS and a tank." I was like, "I can DPS," and they got me in there. I mean, they couldn't find a tank for 25 minutes. So tanks, just like in every version of WoW, seem to be the class that's the least represented. I was a little surprised though, because usually at lower levels, I guess people don't like to tank. I don't know. I mean, tanking is the hardest job for sure, but it's the thankless job, If things go wrong or whatever, if you don't hold threat, people yell at you, "Oh my god, you can't hold threat," or, you know what I mean? It's just kind of a thankless job. Like 5 intellect. Do I want 5 intellect over 7 spirit? Probably for yeah. All right, sorry about that. My wife's having some medical issues. My wife has cardio issues, and they're pretty severe. And her blood pressure is way too low right now, so I may stop the stream here, guys. Yeah, I was just saying, do I want to use the intellect over Amy's blanket? I can't remember.
See ya later.
It's such a... Honestly, I'd rather have the spirit.
Okie dokie.
I've got plenty of...
Later.
Got plenty of...
Be seeing ya.
plenty of intellect's not really an issue. And the stamina's nice too.
Who you be? See ya later.
Strength and honor.
Loktar.
What be on your mind? Stay away from them.
There's no inn here, right? No. Yeah, sorry, my wife's having some medical issues, so I think I'm going to log off here in a minute, guys. We're just going to go back to Splinter Tree so I can go log out in the inn. But yeah, I think leveling-wise, all I've been trying to do is just do quests, and if I can get into a dungeon group when I can, I do. You know, if one comes up and looking for a group, we try to, you know, it's nice as a, you know, I can basically perform the role of healing, or I can perform the role of DPS. You know, I've got two sets. I've got my DPS set, and then I've got my healing set. If I switch that in, it throws in my plus 15 healing gloves, my plus 11 healings there, and my plus 11 healing there. So then, you know, my spell power, my healing power is 37. If I go to my DPS set, you can see my healing power drops to 0. So we've got two sets. It's the add-on. What's it called? Leatrix maps, I believe. Yeah, Leatrix maps. I'm using more add-ons than... This is probably the most add-ons you'll ever see me use. I've gotten to the point where I actually use quite a few add-ons. I used to not use this many, but I mean, some of these are just basic add-ons, like scrap. Just like auto sells junk, and it doesn't even work that good, to be honest. Advanced interface options, I'm not sure if I still need this one. It just allows for a few options that weren't available. I don't know if I still need it, but hold on a second. The one specific, let's see. Yeah, I don't think we really need this one anymore. I probably could turn this one off. There are a lot of different settings in it. It's probably one I don't need anymore, but I used to use advanced interface options because it would allow me to change the nameplate distance, but I think in Classic that's not a problem anymore. I'd have to actually uncheck that one to see if the nameplates weren't at a further distance. You know, Auctioneer, of course, just an auction add-on. It's very useful. Bartender, you can see my UI is pretty much using Bartender. I don't know why I'm showing my bags though. Let me fix that. Yeah, I don't really need to see it. We just need our bags in our micro menu on mouse over. Sometimes I'll even hide these other bars over here. Yeah, they're definitely, the opacity is definitely too high. But Bartender I like quite a bit. Let's see. Got bars 4 and 3. We'll go to bar 4, 3 visibility, fade out, and we're just gonna make it like, I don't know, like 20. Let's do 25%. And bar 3, same thing, fade out 25%. Okay. And you can see now those are, still visible, but not as, they don't stand out as much. And then the other add-ons I use are chat copy paste. I use very, very rarely will I use this, but it allows me to copy something, right? It opens up this window, and from here I can just go like this, and then I can copy it. I don't know if I have, we'll see. And you can see that I just pasted that out of there, so that works, right? So that's pretty cool. Sometimes somebody might post a link or something, and sometimes somebody will post a link and I might want to copy it. And then class icons, again, that's just so we see the priest, the icon of a class. That's useful for PvP. Like if I see someone at a distance, like this hunter, and well, it's actually a rogue. See that? If I click on him, thought it was a hunter. it'll show here that, hey, it's a rogue, so I know right away what class they are. Standard character stats, I'll show you that in a minute. Gather mates just, shows nodes on the map for herbs and stuff. Greenwall's the guild thing that links a bunch of our guild chats together. So when I talk in guild chat, it's being seen across every guild that's basically registered as a part of the Greenwall application. I don't know how they set that up. They just do. ID tip, that's the one I hover over an ID. It shows me the spell ID and the icon ID, which is useful for weak aura. Item rack allows me to set up my different sets. Like here, I've got a DPS set and a healing set. Control 4, Control 5. I can switch, gears just using my keybind here. So you can see this glove here. If I go to my healing set, it's going to switch to my gloves of healing, and then back to my DPS set. All right, and then the extended character stats. You can see that here. It's this window here. You can go in and turn on what stats you want to see. Like if you don't want to see melee, or if you don't want to see parts of these things, you can turn them off. It's useful for certain things, like miss, hit level, your hit. Here's your attack power, crit. It's pretty useful. Like we looked at the spell, we saw our healing power. You can see our fire crit, physical crit. So pretty useful. And what else? We've got Kui nameplates. That's just my target nameplates. When I click on a target, the nameplate that appears above their head is what you see. It's fantastic. I love Kui. Leatrix maps is the maps we just talked about. Mask allows me... actually, we're not using Mask for this. We got to fix that. It's good that I went through these. So Mask allows me to go into... It allows me to mask my action bars, right? So I can go into mask, open mask up, I can go to bartender, and I can tell it what skins I want to use, right? And we're going to use mask shadow 1, so we're just going to go into here, and we're going to change all these to mask shadow 1, and you're going to see that the bars are going to look a lot different. Like you can see here, now when you look at this, the icons on the main action bar, there's they're kind of more like of a dark, border around them. Like here, I'll turn it back off. So if we go to the main bar, bar 1, and we change it back to the default, notice how they don't have that dark border around them anymore. So it gets kind of almost like a feeling of an inset, but it just looks way cooler. I think I got them all right. And then pet bar and bag bar, I think got it. Yeah, so now you can see the bags have this nice dark, you can see they look a lot better. It's nice dark shit. Now it looks like the micro menu doesn't have it, unfortunately. Let's just go, maybe that'll do everything. You can even see here these bars, like how the icons seem smaller almost. So that's that. And let's see, mixed scrolling battle text, that's my just combat text, and move any MSBT. So mixed scrolling battle text, that's the combat text. You can see here, we can go to scroll areas, configure, and preview. So these are notifications like entering combat, leaving combat. Down here on the right, this is like outgoing distance damage I'm doing. So here's the target, my target portrait, and here's when I'm hitting them, the damage I see will be right here. And then of course damage I'm taking will be over here on the incoming area. You can change a lot of this stuff. You can change the height of how much text scrolls. Like right now it's just going to scroll through this little area here, but we can make it really tall. You could change the whether it's curving or jiggling. I don't know. What is this? Behavior, jiggle, normal. Yeah, there's parabola, sticky style. There's all kinds of little settings in here. But the biggest thing that I use MSBT for is triggers. Like if I'm low on health, for example, here, if I'm really low on health, for example, if my health drops below 35, which is really, if my health drops below 35, I want to know that. And if it does, we're going to hear this. Okay, and if my health is, there's other stuff, like if I happen to have thorns on my character and when the thorns buff disappears, we're going to hear this. Nothing, apparently. Apparently the Guild Wars 2 ping isn't working, so that's fine. It's because we're not currently using the Guild Wars 2 UI. If we were using that UI, that would be working correctly. It's not a big deal because I don't really get thorns too often. I'm not a druid anyway. Low health, just basic low health. I get below like 58% or something.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
She says you can kiss your ass goodbye. But there's a lot of stuff I do with that. Of course, down here you can see this is a weak aura. When my inner fire is up, I need to renew it. This will bounce. Same thing with my power word fortitude. You can see here, if I don't have fort up, this is going to appear and start bouncing. It's like, hey, you need to refresh your power word fortitude. And let's see. Oh, move any allows me to move anything. Move anything is going to allow me to pretty much. I can move the frames. You know, I can move a lot of stuff. It's really useful. I like to move my buffs over into kind of a line at the top of the minimap, and I resize the minimap with another add-on. You can also, if you want, you can even hide the player frame if you wanted to. I could even go in and change the opacity of the player frame and not make it completely invisible. Stuff like that. Sexy map is the minimap add-on. You can see here. You can change the way it looks. Like right now I'm using the faded square, but there's other ones you could use like Diablo. See here, it looks like Diablo, whatever, but I currently use the faded square. But I make the zone text appear only on hover. Same thing with other things like item rack, like mass. These things only appear on hover. I also modify the clock and the coordinates to be in certain positions. I stack them this way so that I can see the coordinates, but the clock only shows up if I hover. You know, stuff like that. What else we got? Then we've got Nova World Buffs. That just tracks world buffs like Ren buff and stuff. And it'll just give me a notification saying, hey, you know, Ren buff can be refreshed in 30 minutes. If someone actually drops the buff, it'll say, hey, the buff's going to drop in like 10 seconds, so you don't get much of a notification on that one. OmniCC is just cooldown numbers. So if I cast a spell like Fear, you can see the 7 seconds countdown. That's OmniCC. All right. It's just it just shows a cooldown number there, which I like. And then Quartz is basically used for casting bars. I use that mostly for my personal casting bar. So if we cast like something, this is Quartz. This bar right here is Quartz, and if I target myself, actually no, I don't have the target one on. So then what I'm really using it for Quartz is really just this. We might use it for like focus cast bar if we have a focus target. That would be another thing. I don't know if I'm currently using it or not, but we're also using it for the underwater. Like when I breathe underwater, I'm using Quartz to display that bar as well. And then what else we got? And then recount, obviously damage meters. Sexy map we talked about. Simple class portraits is just those class portraits that show the icon. Oh, wait a minute. So we might have two of these. No, we don't. Simple class portraits. It's that one. Spy is this right here, which just shows enemy horde players. When they get close enough, they'll show up on here. One thing, the best part about Spy is if a rogue stealths close enough to me, I get a notification saying enemy player has stealth. That's always nice to get, because then you know they're probably going to open up on you. Taco tip shows gear score. So when I hover over my character, you can see it shows my gear score of 216. Also shows my talent distribution 5012. I will show it for other players too if they also have the add-on installed, which a lot of people actually do, surprisingly. Tell me when. Not really using Tell Me When right now. I probably should just disable that. Threat Classic, you don't see it, but if I attack someone, it's going to show with the threat. Whoever has the most threat. Weak auras. Again, we talked about weak auras. What's Training, and we're not using yet. The last add-on I'm using is What's Training, and that's really cool because if I go here and go to the spellbook, you can see down here there's a little question mark that says what can I train? And it shows all the things I can train right now that are available, and it shows the things that are coming up at level 28. It shows every ability that I can train at every level. So it's just a nice way of saying, you know, oh, I hit level 28, or I'm going to hit level 28. Is there something I really need to go at my trainer right away or not? Because it's really important. So that is all of my add-ons. And actually, like I said, I use more add-ons than I used to. I didn't used to use so many. But throughout the years, I start finding kind of niche uses for a lot of these things. Some of them are hard to live without. But I'm not a fan of add-ons. I wish we didn't need to use add-ons. And I've always been an advocate of if people come up with, someone puts out an MMO, they should make the MMO have everything it needs. You shouldn't really need add-ons. And most of the add-ons I use are just convenience stuff. They're not necessary. Like, I don't need an add-on that tells me I'm low on health, but the fact that I have it means that I hardly ever look at my... Like, the only time I look at my portrait here, the only time I look at my portrait is for my mana. So if I created, like, a weak aura for a mana bar, I would, which I probably should do, to be honest, I could get rid of this, because we don't need it. We don't need this portrait at all. I mean, sometimes there's other reasons this is good, like if I get, like, mind controlled or something, I don't know, or... I can't really think of another reason why I'd really need it. The biggest reason I use this is for my mana bar. Like I said, I could easily just create a weak aura that has a mana bar, and then I wouldn't need that. But out of all my add-ons, a lot of these are convenience. Scrap's convenience, that's convenience. Auctionator's pretty much convenience. Bartender, I would be hard-pressed to live without that one, but it's not necessary. None of these are necessary. The one that's the most necessary is my MSBT, just because I like to have low health warning. Because with low health warning, I never look at my health. I never look at my character's health down here. Because I don't have to. I have 3 health warnings at different thresholds, so I never have to look at this thing. The only time I look at it is for mana. And usually out of combat. So when I go out of combat, or during combat, like I'm healing a dungeon, and I'll look down just to see, where's my mana at? Do I need to take a mana potion or something? But could easily be rectified with some weak cores. Leatrix maps, totally convenience. Mass, convenience. Move anything, convenience. Convenience. All this stuff is just convenience shit. I would say that Threat Classic is really useful, and Damage Meter can be really useful just to make sure that you're doing a good amount of damage. Damage Meter was really useful for the Priest when I was playing dungeons with this character, because I didn't really know, like when I was DPS, because I'm not Shadow Form yet, I didn't really know what was the best way to push the most damage on this character, and I found out using the Damage Meter that the most damage I could do on my Shadow Priest right now at this level was just to throw up Shadow Word Pain on like 2 or 3 targets, and then just wand the main target down, and just wand, just assist. So I have an assist macro right here on the A key. So what I would do is, if we attack a group of 3 mobs, I will Shadow Word Pain all 3 mobs, and then I will hit the A key to assist target the tank's target, and then I would wand that target till they're dead, and then I would hit A again to assist the tank, and then I would wand that target till they're dead, and then I would hit A to, I wouldn't have to do on the last one because it's the last target, and just rinse and repeat. And that's all I do, and that is the most damage that I can do right now at this level. That's because I tried doing like spamming Mind Blast and Smites, and it just doesn't work. It takes too long to cast those abilities. They don't hit hard enough. And you just blow through your mana anyway. So in that way, Damage Meter was really useful, because it was able to show me what's the best way right now for me to do the most damage. All right, guys, I gotta take a break because my wife's is having some medical problems, and I need to make sure she's okay. I need to make sure we don't have to take her to the hospital. So I will talk to you guys later.